You know the season's getting close when you start seeing more and more moves. Training camp opening up very soon. The Lions just traded for a wide receiver, and now we sign another player. And this player is a guy that I was really shocked we didn't bring back at the end of last season. We didn't re-sign him, and that's running back Justin Jackson. And I'm going to tell you why this is a very smart signing. He was actually a bigger contributor to the 2022 Lions than we realize. So to bring him back, it's a really good sign. And in some ways, it's kind of a not a bad sign, but I'm going to show you what I mean here. So Justin Jackson comes back. If you remember, he was our primary number 3 running back. And every time he touched the ball, it seemed like just positive things happened. So it's good to see him back. And right here it says it. Pride of Detroit is this article. I love Pride of Detroit. They said many were curious as to why the Lions didn't re-sign Jackson earlier in the offseason, seeing that he was a solid, significant contributor to last year's team. So exactly what I just said. And it had to be clearly was something where they just couldn't work out the financials, because I'm pretty sure the Lions would have approached Jackson, and he's probably thinking, hey, I still think I'm a number 1, maybe number 2 back. And he knows that in the Lions, at the Lions organization, he's going to be number 3. And on top of that, he didn't even realize that we would be so aggressive with our running backs in free agency. So he's thinking, okay, I'm probably out of here. But now as the dust kind of settled, he didn't get anybody offering him, or maybe he had offerings, but it was kind of lower offers than he wanted. He didn't sign anywhere else, so he's still available as we get into the summer. So he's thinking, I better latch onto a team. Why not go back to where I know and see what I can do there? So he was our primary kick returner and had the 4th highest kick return average in the league. I didn't realize that, and that's huge, because who is our primary kick returner? Who will be? Jackson. I love it. In addition, he rushed for 170 yards, a touchdown on 42 carries, plus another 100 yards and a score through the air. My thing was not, why didn't we re-sign him? It was like, man, we should have signed him, or he was actually a guy that contributed more than what I remember. And I was like, why don't we play him more? That was a big thing for me. Was I would have liked to seen him play more in the regular season. So he enters a competitive running back room with Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery. We know are kind of 1-2, and then behind him, it's wide open. Craig Reynolds. I've kind of said I like Craig Reynolds, but I mean he is by no means a star number 3 running back. Jameer Jefferson, remember a 7th round pick from a few years ago. Muhammad Ibrahim, from a rookie undrafted free agent that we all kind of like, but open there. Greg Bell lost his season last year to an injury, so he's wide open. So that 3rd or 4th running back room could really be good. And that 3rd or 4th running back could make the room really good. And I think we've got a great opportunity there. So it's wide open, but at the line. So as of right now, there's been no corresponding move or announcement nor the contract for the terms of Jackson. But if the Lions do indeed sign Jackson, they have to create a roster spot. Okay. So like I said, two things that are really important there. I think number 1, Jackson played really well for us last year. I thought he should actually play more for us. Maybe he'll play more this year. Number 2, I think it shows that we really like Jackson, and we're not sold on those other running backs outside of our top 2. You look at that list, I think there's high potential in a lot of those guys, but there's also unproven. Craig Reynolds, he had that great 2021 story, but last year didn't play a lot. Jefferson just can't seem to get on the field. Ibrahim's had injuries. Greg Bell, injuries. So it's like, yes, bring back a guy that's a proven, really good third. Like if Justin Jackson's your 3rd string guy, that's really good, because remember, he was at the Chargers. He started for the Chargers for a year or 2. He was their 2nd string guy. And then when Eckler got there, he kind of fell out. But he's a really good running back that we're lucky to have, and I'm glad to see that the Lions are bringing back. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on him, because he's younger. I think he's like 26. He did 4 years of the Chargers, then came to us. So he's still young. And I think he's a productive guy that can not only be our 3rd running back, but if something happens, and something will to those top 2, he can step in and play. So absolutely love it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on this one. I think this is a great signing. I think it's actually really what the Lions had to do. And that's what we keep saying with the Detroit Lions and things that they do. We continue to make smart moves that we're not used to. I think this is great. I think Justin Jackson was not somebody good enough where you go out right away in free agency and re-sign him. But at the same time, you keep your eye on him. He doesn't go anywhere. Nobody else signs him. So you're able to bring him back manageable. And again, it goes back to he knows Dan Campbell. He knows the organization, likes playing here. And I think all things being equal, which they probably were, like nobody's really offering him a bunch of money. Why not go back to where I know, yes, I've got 2 running backs ahead of me, just like I had last year, but I know everything else. I know the system. I know the coaches. I like it there. They treat their players right. So that's why he's coming back. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see all